Here's a trivia question. Why didn't Nikola Jokic win the MVP? This is your Denver Sports Daily for May 22nd.
The biggest stories, the latest news. It's Denver Sports Daily.
Breaking records left and right apparently isn't enough to win you MVP in the modern era. Yesterday, it was announced that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was named the 2024-25 NBA MVP. And if you can't tell, I have a bit of a distaste in my mouth after this announcement. I'm very upset, very angry, maybe. Now, it may not be a shock to most people that Shai won, but it should be. Nikola Jokic had not only a great season, not only a outstanding season from a stats standpoint, he had a historic season and one of the greatest of all time. Nikola Jokic this year became the third player to ever average a triple-double. That's one thing. And sure, hey, if you want to use the argument that Russell Westbrook averaged a triple-double when he was on the Washington Wizards and didn't make an all-star team, fair. I'll give you that. Triple-double averaging it isn't enough. But he was also the first player ever to be top 10 in points per game, rebounds per game, and assists per game. And guess what? He was top 3 in all of those. Top 3. He was also top 5 in steals per game. He was top 3 in 3 of the major stats in the NBA. That's insane that he's not winning the MVP. Throughout the season, Jokic averaged 29.6 points per game, 12.7 rebounds per game, and 10.2 assists per game. That's not only a triple-double. That's a solid triple-double. You're averaging almost 30, 13, and 10. That's what you're averaging, and then adding 1.8 steals per game. And that's compared to Shai's 32.7 points per game. Sure. Hey, Shai scored 3 more points per game than Jokic, but he also recorded 7 less rebounds per game and 4 less assists per game, with 5 rebounds per game and 6.4 assists per game. And then also 0.1 less steals per game. Jokic beat him in 3 of those stats, in 3 of them. Statistically, Jokic had one of the best seasons of all time, recording a box plus minus and win share per 48 higher than Michael Jordan and LeBron James. It was the greatest season I've seen him have. I've said it many times. Nikola Jokic continues to grow every single year. He gets better in a certain stat every year. You look through his stats from the prior seasons, every single year he grows, and every new year that he steps onto the court, something rises. Something rises, and this year he rose in a lot of different things. Assists, most notably, averaging a triple-double, being that he has averaged a double-double throughout most of his career, and points too. I mean, this guy's averaging a 30-point triple-double, but he's losing to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for what? For what? If I had to hold up 2 pictures with stats for you, and even the records to go along with it, you may think that, there could be an argument. There maybe will be an argument, but 99 out of 100 times, you're going to say player A, who's Nikola Jokic, wins the MVP. It's sickening to me that because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had a better record, that he's going to win the MVP. And you know what? You break it down, MVP, most valuable player. Who is the most valuable to their team? You want to break it down that way? Let's do it. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, you take him off the Thunder, I guarantee you the Thunder is still a 55-win team. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. You take Nikola Jokic off of the Denver Nuggets, they're a lottery team. They're a 15 to 20 win team. If that's not the key to most valuable, I don't know what is. And I saw a video earlier. It was a little joke video about this MVP, about the aliens came down to Earth and they said, all right, we need your best player. We're taking Shai Gilgeous-Alexander because he gave him the MVP. And Adam Silver says, well, Nikola Jokic is actually the best. Take him instead. When has it changed that the best player doesn't get MVP? He should have won. This will go down as one of the biggest robberies of all time, and it should. Nikola Jokic deserved this MVP more than any other season in the past. I will die on that hill. This was his most rightful MVP of his career. He deserved it more than anything. He took the Thunder in round 2 to game 7, despite the head coach getting fired 3 games before the playoffs. If you can't tell, I'm a little bit upset about this. A little bit, just a little bit. Sickening. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander didn't deserve this MVP, Maybe he did if Nikola Jokic didn't exist. If Nikola Jokic was injured for the whole year, if he didn't play, if he didn't step on the court once, then maybe I'd be a fan of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. But right now, as it stands, Nikola Jokic was robbed of a rightful MVP. It was his to take. He deserved it. And the voters, everybody that wanted Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is not only wrong, they are absurdly wrong. They are they lost their mind. They really did. How do you look at what Nikola Jokic did this season and say he's not the MVP? He had a 61-point triple-double. He had a 30-20-10 game or a 30-20-20 game. What more can this guy do? What more does he have to do? It's just insane that as much as Nikola Jokic is rated as the best player in the league, he's still somehow underrated. It's crazy. It really is insane that Jokic didn't win MVP yesterday. Now, moving on to some fun news, Peyton Manning is adding an Emmy to his trophy case. Peyton Manning already has a full trophy case, of course, but he needs to make some extra space after he won an Emmy for Outstanding Personality / Event Analyst for his show, The Manning Cast, that he hosts with his brother Eli. Now, Manning has rebranded his identity again after launching that show with his brother Eli that takes place during Monday Night Football games. And just to give a glimpse into what his trophy case and what his stash already looks like, Manning had a career year, or a career, of course. Manning has 2 Super Bowls, 1 Super Bowl MVP, 5 MVPs, 1 Comeback Player of the Year, 1 Walter Payton Man of the Year, 2 Offensive Player of the Year awards, and he was also a 14-time Pro Bowler and a 7-time All-Pro. He's got to make a little extra room, shove a few of those to the side, maybe put one of those Pro Bowlers in the back, put that Emmy right up front, let him know that you can do it all. Now, Manning is, of course, a Denver legend, and the fact that we can claim some of those awards as Denver fans feels even better knowing that he is getting another to stack in there. Great news, always having some good news on a terrible day. I want to forget that Nikola Jokic lost the MVP because Manning won an award. That's what we can be happy about. Manning won something. So give a clap for that one. We have something to be proud of here in Denver. Now, moving on, the Tush Push will be staying in the Eagles playbook. The Denver Broncos were one of the 22 teams that voted on banning the Tush Push, but unfortunately for them, it'll stay in the NFL playbooks. The Eagles, of course, revolutionized the QB sneak by adding 2 players behind the quarterback to help push the ball carrier over the line of scrimmage. The Tush Push, of course, pushing the ball carrier, pushing the butt. Now, the play has gained a lot of controversy, but in my opinion, it should not be controversial. If you have disagreements, let me know, but I don't see anything wrong with this play. When they step up in that formation, when the Eagles do it on the 1-yard line, I'm rooting for them to score. Honestly, I don't care what the problem. I don't care if you can't stop it because that is your fault. The Tush Push is a fair play, and if you can't stop the team from gaining a yard, then your first thought shouldn't be to ban the play. Load the box, get in there, stop them, use all that strength. You can't just say, I don't like that they're getting a yard whenever they need it. First of all, don't let them get into a situation where they're on the 1-yard line or 1 yard away from the line of scrimmage or the first down. Don't get them into that. Don't get into that situation. And if you do, don't say, we need to ban this. They're scoring too much. That seems like a baby mindset. Now, the league had a vote for the Tush Push and several other rule changes, and 9 teams ended up voting against banning the Tush Push. So there's only 9 teams that were really the reason that this ban didn't happen. Teams that voted against banning it were the Ravens, the Browns, the Lions, the Jaguars, the Dolphins, the Patriots, the Saints, the Jets, the Titans, and the Eagles, of course. Now, it may seem like an unfair play to a majority of the teams in the NFL. Wasn't unfair enough to get it banned. And that's really what it comes down to. It's not unfair enough to get the entire league to agree that this is an unfair play. Got to ban it. Wasn't enough. You didn't have the votes. So that's what it comes down to. The Tush Push will be staying. I'm excited to see it. I love the play. It's classic football. And if you don't like the Tush Push, then you don't like classic football. You're getting in the mud. You are in the trenches. You are right down there. Everybody's hopping on this one spot. You got to love it when you see it. You got to love the formation. When you see it out there on the field, how can you not get a little bit excited? But that's going to do it for your Denver Sports Daily. I'll be back with you guys again tomorrow talking about more stuff, getting ready for what's happening with the Broncos. OTAs are getting started soon. Things like that are going to start coming real fast. Football season is just around the corner, and it may seem like we're a summer away, but things are going to come, and things are going to come fast. But that'll do it for your Denver Sports Daily. I will see you all tomorrow. Until then, y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye, y'all.